Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're up to question number 13 of 20 questions, 20 days. Today's question is going to be what a home seller usually would ask, and that's what am I listing my home price at? What's my start point? Where am I starting? So generally speaking, you need to find a realtor that you trust, that can be based on recommendation, based on your own research, based on a friend's referral, whatever that is, you have to trust your realtor. Now, I want to tell you one thing as a home seller. I don't want you to fall prey for those listing agents that are coming on appointment and they'll tell you we have so many buyers and we have so many agents and we do things so much different than others. I want to tell you one thing. As long as you have max exposure, which is online advertising, local papers, yard sign, open houses, whatever it is, if you're maximizing all your sales options, it doesn't really matter who you hire as a realtor, as long as they're doing their job right, honestly, and they're going to relate to all offers and present to you all offers that they are receiving for your property, which they have to legally. So don't fall prey for those listing agents that are going to tell you we're going to get you who knows what price, a price that's not really feasible. I want you to understand that when you're listing your home for sale, it's got to be based on data. Data means what did home prices like yours sell for within the last 6 months? That should be a barometer for you what to expect. Now, if the market is on an uptrend, it's rising a little bit, yes, you can expect your home to sell within a 5-10% range higher if the job is done right. If the market is trending down, we're going downwards, your home may sell for a little bit less than the asking price, but more or less your home will sell mostly at what similar homes in the area sold for, regardless what you're going to do. It may sometimes sell for significantly less money than the other homes in your area sold. That's if your agent is not doing the job right. But if they are doing the job right, it's all within a 5-10% tolerance. Now, as far as fees go, you can shop around fees. It goes anywhere from 2 to 6%, I think. That's the commission schedules here in Brooklyn, depending on the home size, depending on what kind of work they'll be doing, whether it's open houses, and depending also on what price you want. You know, the higher the price, the harder the agent will work for to get you that price. So it entails more work. There's involved staging, there's involved some other things. So you have to take all this into consideration and see perhaps if you're going to benefit by staging your property. If your property is really a fixer-upper, there's no real point in staging. Honestly, as a realtor and as a mortgage broker, I'm going around to some open houses that are offered by other brokerages. And if I see it's a wreck of a house, just because they photoshopped it and they put nice fancy pictures on Zillow, it's just deceiving. It's really deceiving. It's silly to do so, honestly, because when the buyer comes in, he sees what it is. And it's sometimes a turn-off as well. Now, depending on what price you set your home, how realistic your price is compared to other properties in your market that sold recently, that's the sooner you'll sell your home. If you are the further you're going away from the realistic price, that's the longer your house will sit on the market when you're selling it. And you may often make price adjustments, you may often have to drop the price. And if you're really a motivated seller, I don't recommend that you overprice your property because you're really going to harm yourself. And again, I don't want you to fall prey for those realtors that are really deceiving information and lying, and then it's really disappointing. Sometimes they get away with it, the owner starts dropping the price, but you could have had sold your home in 2 months versus 5 or 6 months or 9 months without all this frustration and aggravation. Honestly, if I would be a seller, and I would have an agent sitting on the listing chair and telling me that he's going to get me who knows what price based on no factual data, and then it turns out to be that my listing is really souring, it's not impressive, and it may come back biting at you actually, because when a buyer looks at that listing on Zillow, you can see how long a property is listed for. And when the property is listed for 3 or 6 months and you don't see too many saves and you don't see too many views, that means your listing is really sour. So you may harm yourself by doing so. And then you'll become desperate and you'll really drop and hammer your price, or the buyers will hammer your price more than you were really ready for, and more than you should drop your price for. So I hope you find this information intuitive and useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me and call me. I'll share some more information with you actually. I looked at a very high-end area in Staten Island a while ago. I saw about 20 listings sitting on the market 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. I mean, what would you say as a seller if you were in a buyer's shoes looking at those listings? you would say to yourself that these homes are overpriced, or there's no demand, or whatever it is, there's something wrong. Property averages on the market between 2 and 3 months from when you put it on the market till you have a purchase contract. That's at most. If it's more than that, it's really a problem. And the truth is, if you're a motivated seller, you should be getting a sound, concrete offer within 1 or 2 or 3 weeks at most when your property is marketed. And if you are a motivated seller, call it a day. Say, I'm putting it on the market today as of December 6, 2021, and just let's say January 5, we're going to cultivate and go through all my offers, and we're going to decide which is highest and best, as they say. You may sometimes compensate one factor for the other. However, you take what you have and you work with what you have, and you make a final decision and you just move on. That's all if you're a motivated seller. If you're not a motivated seller, obviously you shouldn't be selling your property. Maybe sometimes people tell me on a property that's worth $1 million, if I'll get $1.5 million, I'll jump at it and I'll sell it. These are not real sellers, and it's very unlikely to happen. It's unlikely to happen at all, actually. Thanks for watching this clip. I hope this helps you with your information. Have a very great day. Thanks again, Yakov Hershkowitz at MDL Real Estate, First Class Funding. Please feel free to DM me, call me with any questions, 646-339-5358. Today we have our last day of Hanukkah, the 8th day. I hope you still take advantage and celebrate and be happy and stay well and have a happy and a healthy winter.